Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York and welcome to the second edition, I guess, of the New York Play and Vacay news show. Now, Play and Vacay, I have to give a shout out to Kathleen Dunn. She was just commenting on my first news show how much she enjoyed it and she liked the whole Play and Vacay thing, and she wasn't even trying to name the show, but I saw Play and Vacay and I was like, that's it. I love that idea, Play and Vacay, so a huge shout out to Kathleen Dunn. Before I get started on this show, I just want to comment on everyone who commented on the previous show, the premiere show. Lots of comments, lots of feedback. I appreciate everything. For the most part, the feedback was pretty positive. The biggest question was the frequency of these shows. So again, I'm gonna do a little experimenting here and we'll see how it plays out. But maybe right now once a week, I don't know, maybe a little bit more. We'll see. It's not gonna replace the videos that I normally do during the week. It's gonna be in addition to those. So we'll take things from there. Meanwhile, let's say once a week, but just keep an eye in the community room, or obviously if you hit that notification bell, you're gonna know when a new show uploads to YouTube. That being said, lots to cover today. Let's start off with Las Vegas. There's a story out that Las Vegas is the second most foul-mouthed city in the country. We'll cover that shortly. Huge news that a Las Vegas Strip deal is kind of dead in the water right now. King Tut is coming to a pyramid near you, and we have the Cosmo rooftop ice rink opening shortly. Now for you New Yorkers, can Coney Island be getting a full-scale casino soon? We'll cover that in a minute. Atlantic City, do you want to be an Atlantic City casino dealer? There's a school opening down by Atlantic City. Huge demand for these dealers. Schools are opening, and if it's something you're interested in, from what I understand they pay pretty well, it might be time to check that out. Tattoo Expo is coming to the Hard Rock, and the Golden Nugget is starting their Flashback Friday series, which runs now through December. Every week a different cover band. Also from Atlantic City, the Golden Girls murder mystery comes to Resorts Hotel and Casino. In cruise news, a reboot of The Love Boat is coming to CBS. Actually, it started, I think, about a week or two ago on CBS. It's a reality show based on the old show, The Love Boat, only this is a real deal. This is a real cruise ship and real people trying to get matched up. Mississippi River cruises are being canceled because of low water levels on the Mississippi. A small boat of refugees refuses assistance from Carnival cruise ships. And remember those old Carnival Cruise Line commercials with Lee Gifford years ago? Well, they're keeping it in the family, folks. That and other news stories coming to you from the New York Play and Vacay show. Thanks again, Kathleen Dunn. I appreciate that title. Las Vegas is named the second most foul-mouthed language city in the country. There's a company called, Preply.com. They asked over 1,500 residents in 30 major cities across the U.S. How often they swore. And the winner is, believe it or not New York City. It didn't even make the top 10. The actual winner is Columbus, Ohio. According to the survey, people in Columbus, Ohio typically drop 36 bad word bombs every day, followed by Las Vegas, which came in second. We have Jacksonville, Florida, Oklahoma City, and Dallas, Texas, rounding up the top 5. The top 5 cleanest mouths in America are Phoenix, Arizona, Portland, Oregon, Boston, Massachusetts, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and San Jose, California. The survey found that the typical American swears about 21 times a day, but often substitutes words such as fudge, shoot, or frick. Okay. The reason for using swear words, the most common reasons were accidentally hurting yourself, expressing road rage, receiving bad news, making a joke, and arguing. What about you guys? How often do you swear? Do you swear? When do you swear? Don't leave the swear words in the comments, but let us know. Well, I don't know how accurate that story is. Lots going on the Las Vegas Strip. New hotels going up. A lot of them are changing hands. Everyone knows about the Mirage and Hard Rock. Lots of new attractions going on, but Caesars has an issue. They have almost 25,000 rooms on the Las Vegas Strip, and that includes the Rio, which they own. And that's just way too many. It's driving prices down. If they get rid of some of those rooms as far as selling a hotel, well, then they'll have fewer rooms and prices will eventually go back up and they'll become more profitable. There was a deal this past summer. Caesars was in negotiations to sell Flamingo, but that fell through. So it looks like not much is going to happen with this situation for Caesars in the near foreseeable future. Currently, if someone wants to buy the Flamingo, chances are pretty good, not absolute, 100%, but pretty good that they're going to tear the place down and start from anew. With interest rates rising, it just doesn't look like it's a good prospect right now. And speaking of Flamingo, I will be in Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. I actually had to push that trip back a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, because of a conflict I had at my real job. But I will be staying at the Flamingo as well as the Aria, so stay tuned. Lots of videos coming from the New York channel with regards to Las Vegas in the near future. A King Tut exhibit, I think it's an exhibit, is coming to a pyramid near you on the Las Vegas Strip. Obviously, I'm talking about the Luxor. This show just recently opened a couple days ago, and I don't think it's going to include any artifacts. I could be wrong. I'm going to check it out when I go to Vegas in a couple weeks. But it's more of the story of King Tut. We're celebrating, I think, the 100th anniversary of the finding of the tomb. So Luxor is doing this show. And again, I don't know if they're going to have artifacts, maybe 1 or 2 artifacts, I'm not sure. But it's going to be like a exhibit or a show of the whole Tutankhamun story. So sounds interesting. The gift shop's already open, and like I said, I'm going to check that show out when I get down to Vegas, and of course I'll bring you guys a video. And opening up soon at the Cosmo on the Las Vegas Strip will be, for the 11th season, the rooftop ice rink at the Boulevard Pool overlooking the Las Vegas Strip. There you can do some ice skating on the 4,200 square foot ice rink. You can have some s'mores, some little gourmet goodies, as well as cocktails. It's kind of like a winter wonderland surrounded by the beautiful lights of Vegas. USA Today named it one of the top 10 skating rinks in the country. Reservations are required, and they can comfortably accommodate from 2 to 75 people, so that's pretty cool. There's going to be a huge fire pit in the middle of this thing. You can also reserve like little fire pits for like your own party if you'd like to do that as well. Again, reservations are required. It starts November 15th through January 2nd. If you want more information, check out the Cosmo website. All right, you New Yorkers, there's been lots of rumbling about Hard Rock interested in opening a casino in New York City. I think Wynn was actually looking to open up a casino, but now another developer is looking towards Coney Island. That's right, Coney Island, known for its Wonder Wheel and the Cyclone roller coaster and Nathan's Famous hot dogs. By the way, I have lots of videos on Coney Island here on the New York channel. Well, this developer is looking to open up a full-scale casino. A company called Thor Equities, which has properties throughout New York City, is preparing a proposal for opening a casino in Coney Island. They already have properties in Coney Island as far as retail is concerned, and they are very interested in opening a casino. Now, from what I understand, there's only 3 openings downstate. There's casinos opened upstate New York, but there are only 3 openings in downstate, or New York City, if you will. And from what they say, Thor Equities is making a robust proposal to open up a casino in Coney Island. New York's request for applications for these 3 openings will be starting next year, but it looks like Thor is going to be one of those people requesting a license. Now, while there's 3 applications available, there are 2 players already in New York City. MGM has Empire State Casino at Yonkers Raceway, and Genting's Resorts World in New York City and Queens is already established there. Now, these only have slot machines, and they're definitely interested in getting table games. So out of those 3 applications coming up next year, those 2 companies are probably going to take up 2 of those applications, and I'm sure the state's going to approve those 2 because, well, they're already established casinos and they know that there's no issues with those owners. So that really leaves only 1 application open. Will it be in Coney Island? We'll have to keep tabs on this story, and I'll let you guys know in the future. More news coming from Atlantic City and the cruise world, but before I get involved in those stories, I do have a favor to ask you. If you are enjoying the videos here on the New York channel, please subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like this particular video that you're watching, and hit that notification bell. That will let you know when new videos are uploaded to the New York channel, and that's important because yes, I do have my regularly scheduled videos, but I'm getting involved in a lot of new stuff like this new show that we're watching right now. And when those are uploaded, well, that's a little bit iffy. So if you hit that notification bell, YouTube will let you know that Jeff from New York has just uploaded a new video. Thanks, guys. Thinking about becoming a casino dealer? Well, they're pretty much in demand everywhere in the country, but nowhere more than in Atlantic City, where a couple of schools are opening up just to help out with the demand that casinos are requesting. They're predicting about a 14% increase in demand in casino dealers, and these schools, there's not too many of them, but there's a couple new ones opening. They help new people who are interested in becoming dealers learn the rules of the game, their card and chip handling skills, as well as overall confidence. And with that 14% growth predicted in the next 2 years, the schools are turning towards the casinos, trying to find out what they are looking for in applicants. Things like, well, customer service, and like I said, the rules of the game, chip and card handling, overall confidence, smiling, just things like that, and that's what's going to be part of the curriculum of these training programs. Graduates of the school will have a complete understanding of all the table games, including blackjack, poker, baccarat, roulette, and what did I leave out? Craps, yes. Full understanding so they can go from table to table when needed. Average starting salary is $50,000 per year. Thinking of getting a tattoo? Looking to get inked? Well, the 18th annual Tattoo Expo is coming to Hard Rock in Atlantic City. Now, this expo, like I said, is at the Hard Rock. It's from November 4th through the 6th. It happens every year. Again, this is the 18th annual one. And if you're looking to either get a tattoo or watch people getting a tattoo or are just interested in the whole tattoo culture, it's really a fun time and a fun show to go to. And Hard Rock is offering special rates if you want to stay the night. Now, I've seen a video of the expo, and it looks like I said, a lot of fun. There's contests, there's just a lot of the whole community, the whole tattoo culture is going to be there. And I personally don't have any tattoos. That's not to say that they're out of the question in the future. Maybe a little New York logo. I won't tell you where, but maybe a little New York logo. Do you have any tattoos? Leave a comment below. If you'd like to send pictures or close-ups of your tattoos, nothing perverted please, but just send them to the newyork@yahoo.com email address, and perhaps I'll put them up in the community room if you'd like. So keep that in mind. Take a close-up of your tat, send it to newyork@yahoo.com, and perhaps your close-up of the tattoo will be on the community room as long as it's clean and family friendly. Anyway, I'm going to check that Tattoo Expo out, and if it's something you're interested in, going to be lots of skin from what I understand. Check it out at the Hard Rock website. Flashback Fridays is returning to the Golden Nugget on the marina side of Atlantic City. This already started, this whole program. It started about a week or two ago, and it's basically tribute bands every Friday at the Wave, which is a huge club pretty much in the basement of the Golden Nugget. It's a beautiful club, and some of the tribute bands, I'm going to go down the list here. I have to read them. There's quite a few. This, like I said, started a couple Fridays ago, and it's going to continue through December 16th. Now, some of the tribute bands include Fleetwood Mac, a Fleetwood Mac tribute band, Glass Houses, Billy Joel, Winslow, the Eagles, High Infidelity, REO Speedwagon, Best Friend's Girl, the Cars, Riders on the Storm, the Doors, Bowie Live, David Bowie obviously, Refugee, a Tom Petty tribute band, B Street Band, Bruce Springsteen, Unforgettable Fire, U2, We have Wanted DOA, a John Bon Jovi tribute band, and Completely Unchained, Van Halen tribute. Lots of these very popular bands from the 70s and 80s will be featured every Friday. Now, it's only $10 to get in, and you get a free drink with that $10. So it sounds like a really good deal. If you're in town on the marina side, even if you have to make special plans, I'm going to check a couple of these shows out. I love some of these bands. I've never been to the Wave, so I'm going to check that place out. From what I understand, it's very nice. And for $10 and a free drink, you get to see all this entertainment. It's definitely worth it. I'm going to check it out. And of course, if you need more details, just check out the Golden Nugget website. In just a week, the Borgata will be renovating its 8,300 square foot high slot limit area, the Miralto. The Miralto features over 150 slot machines, private cashiering services, as well as its own restrooms. Part of the renovations include custom cabinetry for a lot of the slot machine games. There'll be new seating areas, brand new furniture basically, and an 8-foot chandelier that will be the centerpiece of the room. All this coming once the renovations are completed. The project should be completed by December, and it's the third reinvestment Borgata is making in the hotel this year. As far as big projects, of course, they opened up the B Steakhouse recently, and the Old Homestead Steakhouse is undergoing renovations. They have kind of like a pop-up steakhouse right now while that's undergoing renovation. So lots going on around the perimeter of the casino floor, as well as this new high slot area at the Borgata. All these should be completed by the end of the year. Now, coming to Resorts Hotel and Casino on the Boardwalk, the Golden Girls Murder Mystery. Your favorite ladies from the 80s are throwing a party, and you're invited. Rose, Blanche, Dorothy, and Sophia, I named them all and I didn't have to look, are throwing a party. You're invited, and there's a murder mystery involved. Now, while you're invited to this party, there seems to be a guest that has murderous intentions. Sophia apparently tries to lighten the mood by singing and offering everyone drinks, which really happens. And if you can solve the mystery, if you're the first one to solve the mystery, well, I guess you get a feather in your cap. As the mystery begins, your job is to find clues, hidden clues amongst the area, and you can take selfies with the girls and have your mugshot taken with them, and there's going to be drinks, like I said, and Resorts is suggesting that you go to a dinner at one of their fine restaurants prior to the show. There is loud noises involved, just in case you don't like gunshots and things like that, but other than that, sounds like a fun time. For more information, check out the Resorts Hotel and Casino website. And that show, the Golden Girls Murder Mystery, is held on November 12th, either 5 or 8 p.m., or November 19th, either 5 or 8 p.m. Again, if you want details and pricing, check out the Resorts Hotel and Casino website. Now we'll head off to the world of cruising, and speaking of old television shows, The Real Love Boat is making a comeback on CBS. It already started a couple weeks ago, if you haven't caught that yet. 45 years after the original Love Boat, CBS is reimagining the show as a reality show, kind of like a dating show. It's going to be held on board the Princess Cruises 2014-built Regal Princess. Now, during the show, the Regal Princess is going to be sailing around the Mediterranean, and again, it's going to be kind of like a dating show, and it's going to be sandwiched between Survivor, the show Survivor, and The Amazing Race, so that should be a lot of fun. I think the show already started about a week or two ago, so check your local listings. Again, it's on CBS. Sounds like a blast. So I'm going to read something here. I find this very amusing and quite funny, at least the end of it quite funny, and I'm going to read it word for word just to let you know what I'm finding amusing here. Throughout the reality show season, singles embark on dates in Mediterranean destinations like Barcelona, Marseille, Rome, and Santorini, and complete in challenges to test couples' compatibility and chemistry. The winning couple takes home a cash prize plus a trip courtesy of Princess Cruises. Now that's what I find nice. What I find extremely amusing is the last sentence. The singles who don't find a match will be left behind in various ports visited during the show season. So if you don't get along with someone, you're just like left in Rome. Or not that that's a bad thing, but you think they'd send them home or something, but according to this, they're just going to leave them at the port. Go figure. Now, as you guys know, I've recently become a victim of cruise hysteria. I went on my first cruise. I enjoyed it so much. I'm bringing that experience to you guys, and I have plans in the future to take several cruises. And one of my bucket list cruises, other than Alaska, which is a bucket list cruise, someday I'd like to do Hawaii. I think this spring I'm going to be in the Caribbean again, visiting places I haven't visited on my last cruise. But I'd also like to do a river cruise along the Mississippi. However, Viking Cruises, which is pretty much known for their river cruises along the Mississippi, has had an issue with their boat Viking Mississippi recently because it was about to leave, and they're finding out now that the water levels on the Mississippi are way too low for cruising. Now, the departure port for the Viking Mississippi is in St. Paul, Minnesota, and they can't even get the riverboat to St. Paul to pick up passengers because, again, the water levels are too low. From what I understand, these cruises are awesome with fantastic food. They start off pretty much in New Orleans, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite cities in the country, and end up in St. Paul, Minnesota, like I said. It's 14 nights long. They have gambling on board, some of the best food on any cruise ships anywhere. Something I really like to do, but it's not happening anytime in the near future for anyone until those water levels rise in the Mississippi. Now, according to news reports, it's not just the Viking Mississippi involved here. It's all of these riverboat cruises that go up and down the Mississippi. The ships are getting stuck on sandbars and they can't move. And it's pretty much a serious problem trying to get people on and off these ships. So they pretty much halted all operations along the Mississippi. And in case you were interested, the Viking Mississippi holds about almost 400 passengers and 150 crew members. Again, the trip is 14 days. You explore all areas and all the cities along the Mississippi. Sounds like a great time. Hopefully things will get better shortly. Now, there seems to be no end to the number of rescue operations a lot of these cruise lines are making, and a lot of them involving refugees. And recently, a Carnival Cruise Line ship, and Carnival seems to be involved in a lot of these. I don't know if it's the route that they take or what, but it always seems to be Carnival, although there are other cruise lines involved as well. But recently, they were in the right off the shores of, I guess, Cuba, and they came across a boat with about 10 to 12 refugees on it. And maritime law is if you see a boat in distress, you must assist it. So Carnival Cruise Line made a U-turn and approached this refugee boat trying to help these 10 or 12 people. However, they refused assistance. Now, typically what happens is when there is a boat in distress carrying these refugees, the cruise lines will help, or any ship has to help, but the cruise line will help get them on board, and once they get into port, chances are very good that the refugees will be returned to their country. Now, this particular boat, which Carnival turned around and tried to rescue, was not in distress. They seemed to be under power, their own power. They refused assistance, so Carnival basically had no choice other than to continue on with its route. Now, this is a growing trend. Other incidents include Carnival Sunrise, which rescued 12 Cuban refugees that were adrift south of Key West on July 29th. The Carnival Mardi Gras encountered refugee boats already 3 times this year, saving approximately 20 people on 2 separate occasions and supplying food, fuel, and water to another. Now, Carnival Cruise Line alone has been involved in 8 rescue missions this year, and other cruise lines are involved as well. And I know Norwegian did a couple rescue missions, and just recently, Virgin Voyages, a brand new cruise line, their ship, the Scarlet Lady, just rescued refugees last week. So again, a growing issue here on the open seas. Now, I'm learning more about cruises as I go along here, and I think you guys will learn a little bit as you watch these videos, but did you know every cruise ship has a godmother? Typically, these godmothers are people well known in either news circles or celebrity circles. For example, Norwegian Cruise Line's Prima, their newest ship, which I might be taking this spring. I haven't made finalized plans yet, but I might be taking this new ship. Anyway, the godmother of the Prima is Katy Perry, and again, this is where they break the bottle of champagne against a ship and christen it, and right before its maiden voyage. Anyway, if you're really interested in godmothering a ship, well, you have to be well known, so it might not be you, but if you're interested in finding out who is the godmother of all the ships on the 7 seas, just simply do a Google search and they'll let you know who the godmother is of all the ships. Now, the reason I bring this up is, do you guys remember Kathy Lee Gifford and all those Carnival commercials she did in the 80s and maybe the beginning of the 90s? Well, Kathy Lee Gifford was the godmother of the Carnival Ecstasy. Now, Carnival has a new cruise ship, the Carnival Celebration. It's a 5,282 passenger cruise ship, rather large ship, and it's going to be named on November 20th, my birthday, down in Miami. Now, the reason I mentioned Kathy Lee Gifford as far as the godmother of the Carnival Ecstasy back in the 80s and 90s is she became a huge spokesperson for the cruise line, obviously in all their commercials. And as so, she always used to bring her children on board. And one of those children happened to be Cassidy Gifford, who will be the godmother, they're keeping it all in the family, of the new Carnival Celebration, the one that's going to be named November 20th down in Miami. Cassidy is obviously very familiar with Carnival Cruise Line. She practically grew up on a cruise line ship because of her mother being the godmother and the spokesperson for the cruise line. So pretty well thought out situation here, and I think she's going to make a great godmother to the Carnival Celebration come November 20th. So congratulations, Cassidy Gifford. And guys, that's it pretty much for this episode of the New York Play and Vacay news show. If you guys have any news stories you'd like me to discuss, again, my email is newyork@yahoo.com. Let me know. I'll look them up. If you want to send me a link, I'll be happy to check them out and maybe discuss them on the next show. Thanks for watching. Again, give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't clicked on that notification bell, do so right now. And don't forget to subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.